After all these difficult English presentations, I finally understood one thing clearly. English is not just a bonus skill. It is part of my professional toolbox. If I sharpen it, more doors will open. From that day on, I stopped saying, "I'm bad at English," and started saying, "I'm working on my English." During the English presentation, I realized my biggest problem wasn't grammar. It was confidence. My fear made good ideas sound weak. That realization made me start speaking English, even when I wasn't ready. I stared at the departure board, trying to understand the English abbreviations. Words like delayed, final call, and gate open made me nervous. I had to double-check everything. That moment taught me how airport English is its own language. Every night, he called his parents before sleeping, but one evening, he felt particularly tired and decided to read a page of his English book first. The story calmed him, softened his thoughts, and made him smile. By the time he called home, his voice was gentler, his mind clearer. He repeated the habit: page first, call later. Over time, those small pages quietly shaped his evenings. They gave him calmness, clarity, and a surprising sense of accomplishment before ending the day with a familiar voice. Lily reads a few pages of her English book while waiting for her coffee. She practices any difficult word she finds. The moment feels productive and light. Michael helps a visitor understand where to transfer trains. He explains which platform is next. The traveler repeats the steps and thanks him. Michael introduces his friend Olivia to the club. He speaks clearly to help everyone understand. Olivia smiles because the introduction sounds natural. Michael feels happy with his progress. I'm reading a short English post I found online. I'm pausing when I see a new phrase. I'm saving it for later practice. I'm enjoying learning from small pieces of content. Hui wants to buy snacks for his little niece, but feels uncertain when reading the English labels. He approaches a staff member and asks, "Is this good for kids?" The staff explains the ingredients, helping him choose the healthier option. Hui realizes that English helps him take better care of people he loves. Normally, his evenings were filled with shows, scrolling, or games. But one evening, he felt like he needed something different, something meaningful. So he opened a small English storybook he had bought long ago and read a full page. The feeling surprised him. Comfortable, calm, almost refreshing. That evening changed everything. From then on, he chose English for a few minutes every night, and English rewarded him by slowly transforming confusion into clarity, one peaceful evening at a time. I volunteered to share something in English during a team meeting. When I started, my throat tightened, and I spoke too quietly. My team still listened kindly. That supportive environment made me want to speak better next time. The waiter asked what I wanted for my starter and my main, and I panicked. I only knew how to order a dish, not different courses. I answered awkwardly and hoped he understood. That experience made me want to learn the basic structure of a Western meal in English. Hui goes into a large supermarket to buy fresh vegetables for dinner. After walking in circles, he still cannot find the vegetable section and starts to feel frustrated. Finally, he asks a worker, "Excuse me, where is the vegetable area?" and waits nervously. The worker kindly points to the right direction, and Hai realizes that asking simple questions in English can turn a stressful shopping trip into a smooth experience. On nights he wanted better sleep, he made himself a warm cup of milk. While holding the cup in both hands, feeling the heat seep into his palms, he opened his English book and read a page. The warmth relaxed his body and softened his thoughts, making the reading feel natural and soothing. Before long, this quiet pair, warm milk and a warm page, became his bedtime ritual. His English improved, and so did his sleep. At security, the officer explained the liquid rules in English. I misunderstood and left one bottle in my bag. They pulled me aside for a manual check. I realized how one misunderstood sentence can slow everything down. Ethan stands in line next to Lily, who wants to make small talk. She worries about pronouncing weather. She says, "The weather is nice today," clearly. Ethan smiles, and Lily feels encouraged. Jason finds a silent room to read English peacefully. He repeats challenging lines until they sound smooth. The calm surroundings help him focus deeply. Michael switches roles quickly in a short role play. He practices different tones for each character. Everyone laughs at the fun changes. He enjoys the energy. Olivia talks about her hometown during the club session. She pronounces each sentence slowly. Members enjoy learning about her background. She feels proud she can explain it clearly. During the project kickoff in English, I had to introduce the timeline and responsibilities. I managed the basics, but my explanations lacked nuance. I knew exactly what I meant in my native language, but couldn't reach that depth in English. That gap reminded me that my English growth will directly improve my project management. He didn't believe small habits mattered, but English proved him wrong. Every night, he read one simple page, not to impress anyone, not to become perfect, but just to grow a little. Some nights, he felt excited, some nights confused, some nights tired. Still, he read. After months, he realized he could follow conversations, understand jokes, and think more clearly in English. Growth didn't come from big effort. It came from one page, repeated 100 times. Mai wants to buy frozen vegetables to save time for cooking after work. She walks around but cannot see the frozen section and feels a bit tired. Finally, she asks another shopper in English, Do you know where the frozen food is? The person kindly shows her the way, and Mai feels grateful that a simple English question can connect strangers and make life easier. Ryan wants to ask Natalie about the weather. He fears mispronouncing temperature. He says, "The temperature feels nice today." Carefully, Natalie agrees, and Ryan feels more confident. Every evening, right before pulling the curtains shut, he stood by the window, looking at the dimming sky. One day, he brought his English book with him and read a page while standing there. The fading daylight made the experience calm and reflective. Soon, this moment, reading before closing the curtains, became his nightly ritual. The simple act helped him mark the end of the day while giving him a sense of progress. A calm sky, a quiet page, a slow improvement. Henry wants to know when the fitness class starts and must ask Zoe. He hesitates over start. He says, "What time does the class start?" Slowly, Zoe answers clearly, and Henry feels relieved. Michael focuses on rhythm as he reads English stories. He reads aloud in a steady pace, making sentences sound natural. Practicing rhythm helps him speak more confidently. Ava wants to ask Ryan which medicine is suitable. She fears mispronouncing suitable. She says, "Which medicine is suitable for this?" Ryan answers, and Ava feels confident. Emma chooses English books with short chapters to stay motivated. She reads aloud at a comfortable pace. Completing each chapter gives her confidence. Grace wants to ask Oliver about the price of a backpack. She fears saying price too softly. She asks, "How much is the price of this bag?" Clearly. Oliver explains, and Grace feels proud of trying. Long stands in line at the cashier with his basket full of groceries. When it is his turn, the cashier greets him in English and asks, "Do you need a bag?" which makes Long a bit nervous. He answers slowly, "Yes, I need one bag, please," and listens carefully to the total price. As he leaves the counter, he feels happy that he could complete the small conversation in English and sees how useful it is, even for simple payments